Hello guys, Quilster in here, and we are going to be doing a first look at Cube World. Now I've got the game here loaded, and this is a sandbox game. It's similar to the game Minecraft, and we just came out, it just launched in this July, on July 2nd. There's been a few hiccups since launch. It's still in its alpha stage. You can purchase it for 15 euro dollars. For Americans, that's $20.47. Alright, so we're going to start game. I have played the game a little bit here, and but we're going to start a new character. And here's the customization screen. Here you can choose between humans, elves, dwarfs, orcs, goblins, and lizardmen, undead, frogmen. You can choose between male and female. For this video, we'll go with a male. We'll do an elf, and then we have classes. And there's warrior, ranger, mage, and rogue. These are the four primary classes for now in the game, and we're going to go with ranger to start. You get to customization. You can choose between different faces, and this just pretty much changes the eye color. For other like if we were to go to like an orc, um, it changes things on their face. But for elves, it just changes your eye color for the moment. Let's go with blue eyes. Then we come down. We got some haircut. We got, there's pretty generic things. I'm gonna go with spiky dude here. Um, Down here, you can choose the hair color. It's pretty basic. The customization is pretty unique. All the gear we'll get in the game will change the way you look. And there's lots of customization, but we'll go with red hair for now. Give our character a name. The cool thing about the game is you can have two players with the same name in a game because the character seeds are different. You can't have two characters of the same name on the same account, but you can have them multiple people from multiple inputs with the same name. And I'm going to have a few of my friends, Alex and Geo, here with me today, and they're going, like, if they wanted to, we could all name ourselves Quill, and it would be all right. But we're gonna click here and click create character. Now you can create single player maps. Um, as many as you want. You can scroll through them here by clicking and dragging. Whoops, I accidentally hit a map. And so you can create single player. There's multiplayer. In order to enter a multiplayer map, you have to have an IP, or you have to host the map yourself. Um, but once you have these maps, I'll show you once you get in here. Once you've been onto a multiplayer map, you can play it through multiplayer maps up here in single player mode. So you can go to any of the multiplayer maps that you've played on in single player mode. But for now, I've got a server up for me, Alex, and Geo, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to play on that. So let me connect here. Alright. So as you can see, this Rinzaru is Alex and Geo is Mr. L. Um, they have chosen warrior and assassin classes to give you guys a good feel of how things are going to go. So as you can see, the environment is all based off of blocks. Everything you do here is blocks. When you start off the game, you start off at a random generated spot. There will always, you press M for your map, and there will always be a town close to where you spawn. Now you may see that all this blue area is unexplored, and you might see these little cross swords off in the distance. These symbolize missions, similar to raids in WoW and such. You go to the crosses, they'll pop up a quest on your screen like defeat the ruler of the Hazmak ruins or something like that. They're not easy to do. Everything in multiplayer servers are a lot more difficult than in single-player servers because it's scaled for parties. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the town and show you some different features in the town. So we're going to look on our map. We got to head northeast. So we're going to head over that way. And while you're out in the wilderness, there's lots of just creatures. There's things you can collect. Everything you can fight. There's different tier levels of things, which you can tell by the names above their heads. So when you go through, collectibles will always be grayed out, and you just gotta give them some damage to be able to collect them. The environment is really beautiful in its sense of blockiness, I suppose. It brings this kind of like Minecraft-y feeling to the game. Like, and everything is fightable. Like this owl, you see how its name is blue. And its health bar is green. Green are passive. Because their health bar is green, they will not attack you unless you attack them. Because their name being blue signifies that they are weak to you. White is, I believe, level with you. And red and orange are higher level. Red being the highest, orange being right below that. Here we've encountered an NPC. Now NPCs will walk around randomly. They're randomly generated. They'll walk around randomly. And there's two types of NPCs. There's ones that are aggressive and there's ones that are not. This one is not aggressive, and you can tell by the blue health bar. If they have a red health bar, they will attack you. Anything with a red health bar will automatically aggro when you come in within a certain distance. Another good feature is that because this is a allied, as I would like to call it, as an allied NPC, is that if we are fighting something here and the NPC happens to be walking by, it will turn and help us. So we're going to continue heading towards town. And now, if you look on the map, every town has paths going to it. So you can lead to any town and go by the path if you want to, or you can just go randomly. Now, this is a pineapple field. All towns have different fields: pineapple, pumpkin. For players just starting out, I recommend that you go and you raid these, because you can collect 50 of any item in this game. And so you can run around and collect these, and then you can bring them into the town and sell them. I'll be getting more into detail about that kind of stuff later in later videos, but for now we're just going to be looking at some of the different features that are currently available and such. So at the moment, when you're when you're partied with a group of people, you generally have to attack things. The only way to get experience is to attack things. So say if I attack something and Rinzaro attacks something, but Geo just stands off to the side, he won't get experience because he did not fight with us. So when you're in a party, you want to make sure that you're always going to be in a party, matter of fact, when you're on a multiplayer server, which can currently have up to 4 people, including yourself. So you've got to make sure you're actively fighting. If not, you're going to be losing out on experience. So we get into the town here, and there's inns which you can go inside, and there's different things you can do inside the inn. You can go upstairs, and there's beds. And if you're low on health, I'm gonna have Geo and Rinzaro go ahead and get in bed, and you can watch their health bars across the top fill up. And if you also notice over in the right-hand corner, the time of the game will speed up when you're sleeping. It doesn't matter if there's one person sleeping or all of you sleeping, it will speed up. However, if between the hours of 6 o'clock in the morning, anytime between 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock at night when it's dark out, if you come and talk to the innkeeper, he will automatically make it daytime again. So if you're one of those players who can't really function at night in games because, you know, you don't like it, or you've got bad contrast on your computer or whatever it is, you can talk to the innkeeper and he'll just flash it to daytime. There's various in every town. There will be 3 trainers, and they look like this. They have test dummies like this. You can see the ranger one down there. Um, Now you can fight the dummies to check your damage and see how much damage you do. And you can tell by the weapon that they're carrying what kind of trainer it is. Like this is a mage trainer. There's currently 4 classes, so do keep in mind that there's only 3 in every town. Only 3 trainers spawn. So in here, like here's a ranger. So if you get a town that doesn't have your trainer, you're gonna have to find another town because they only spawn 3. Now every town will always spawn an armor shop, a potion shop, a weapon shop. Those are standard. The items that they carry vary depending on the towns. Now also, if you go to your map and you zoom in, you'll see that there's different districts in the city. Like Adventure District. Adventure District is generally where you're going to find your trainers. The Trade District is where you're going to find different items for like your potion shop, your weapon shop. Also, there's crafting in the Trade District. Each town generates automatically the 3 different crafting options. There'll be blacksmithing, wood crafting, and I guess I don't really know what to call it. I call it yarn making because you take cobwebs and cotton and you string them into silk and better cotton and you make clothing out of it. The armor, like here's the clothing area, and then you'll make your materials here and then you'll craft your stuff here. You can craft some things, like if we press the C button, the crafting window will come up. And you, if you look at the screen, right here are raw materials. Some of these raw materials require you to be at certain things, like water flasks. In order to create a water flask, you have to have a regular flask, and you have to be in the water, and it'll fill the flask with water. These are used to make potions. You use heart flowers in addition with those to make potions, like life potions. And right now, because the game is still young and it's still in its alpha stage, the crafting window cannot move. And as you see down here, this is in the way. I can't see what I need. That can be simply fixed by just typing in a bunch of dots, and it'll move the text up, and you'll be able to see everything you need to see. Like this requires 1 water flask and 1 heart flower to make a potion that heals for 200. The linen is made from plant fibers. You will always have the formulas for what your class is. So I'm not going to need cotton because I'm a archer and mages use cotton, archers don't. So I'm just going to need linen. Everybody, though, has iron cubes, wooden cubes, gold cubes, and silver cubes. You just pretty much, you're making wood logs and ore into cubes that you can use for customization, which we'll get into in a later video. But be aware, everything in this game is customizable. So when we go to the cooking tab, you'll see that you've got a few recipes here for ginseng soup and pineapple sauce. We've got 9 pineapples, but if you click on it, it works. Pineapple slices work in that way. But if you look down here at the ginseng soup, it requires a campfire. Some of these cooking recipes require campfires. As of right now, for as far as we've been, we have not found any. We've been playing for a little bit. We haven't found any kind of amulets or any kind of stuff like that crafting. So I'm guessing it's not implemented. It'll probably come later. You can go into your armor tab. Now, everything you get in your armor tab for crafting will be associated with your class. So I'm not going to get a warrior armor crafting recipe or anything. It'll tell you down here, just like all the other ones, what you need to craft it. If you put your mouse over it, it'll tell you the stats of it. You see it requires a loom, which is over there. And it requires 20 linen yarn, and I'll make the armor. Same with weapons. This weapon needs 6 iron cubes, 9 wood cubes, and 1 linen yarn, and it requires a workbench. The workbenches can be found just like the I don't know, the loom area. On your mini map, you'll see like up here. There's little symbols. They're really hard to see at the moment. But you get used to what the icons look like. The wood place is a saw. The sewing place is a pair of scissors, and the ore place is a a anvil. Here you use the saw, and you can turn wooden cubes or wooden logs into wooden cubes, and then you can come over to your workbench and you can make the weapon. See, now the requirement's gone. As you level, you gain different recipes. You can find more. Like, you don't gain like everything. If I level to 2, I'm not gonna gain a level 2. Or like this game measures in power, but we'll get into that in a little bit. It gains you gain something. You don't always get everything. Like, you won't get boots, shirt, pants, gloves, shoulders, weapon. You'll get like maybe a weapon and a new chest recipe. You can find recipes. You can buy them from the NPCs in the potion shop. And here, this is the anvil. The blacksmithing area is a little more intricate because here you can use the anvil to create different weapons depending on your class. You can come over to the furnace and you can use it to make your iron cubes, your silver, your gold, and whatnot. And then here is a customization table. I told you guys I was going to get a little bit into it more later videos, but I'm just going to show you. What you can do is every item here can be upgraded a certain amount of times. For two-handed weapons, it'll be 32 times, and for one-handed weapons, it'll be 16. What this allows you to do is add blocks, which ultimately add different things to your weapons. Now, if we go into the inventory screen by pressing I, you'll see that you've got equipment tab, you've got an items tab, ingredients tab, and this last one doesn't have a name, but it's your pet tab. Yes, you can get pets. We'll go into that in a little bit after this. And over here, you'll see your stats. Now, you might be looking at power, and you go, oh, well, he's got 1 power. That's okay. He's level 1. Well, that power is because this game has unlimited levels. Power is a way of scaling it. So when I level up, the way that the game works is you start off by getting a lot of power, and then as you start leveling up, you get less and less. The max power is 100. Every item you get, like I should show you over here, is based off of power. So you see this wooden crossbow is +1, which always tells you the power. The plus always tells you the power. So it's a power 1. So that means I can equip it because I've got 1 power. So if I got something that said plus 51, it'd be 51 power, and I couldn't equip it because I'm only 1 power. But when you first start leveling, your power grows extremely fast. But as you continue to level, it starts slowing down, and you get less and less power for leveling. Every class has 3 different weapons that they start with. For Archer, you'll get a bow, which is automatically equipped right here. You'll get a crossbow, and they gave you a wooden wand, which is for mage, as you can clearly see, and it's red because I can't equip it. But what they were supposed to give you was a boomerang. Unfortunately, I don't have any to show you, but that's all right. Now, for every class you get, we'll go ahead and go over to the training dummies. For every class, each weapon has a different skill set. Your M1 and your M2, which are ironically left click and right click on your mouse. So I'm left clicking and I'm attacking, just a regular attack, and your right click is much like your special attack. Their charge attacks you can see as they shoot multiple arrows. Now your charge attack, your right click or M2 is based off of your MP, and you're going, well, you've got no MP, it's going to not do any damage, which is correct. It will not do any damage. In order to gain MP, I actually have to be attacking. And as I do damage, it fills my MP up. As you can see, we'll try to shoot this dummy over here. Let's see how good my aim is. Yep, see, now you see my MP is going up because I'm doing damage. Now if I hold it and just let it go, it's going to do some mad damage there, see? Now if I were to hold it right now and do it, it doesn't do anything. No damage. So you have to have MP. Now all classes are like that except for Mage. Mage will always start at 100 and go down as they use their skills. It'll automatically regenerate though, so there's no worry about MP potions and whatnot. For right now, the only real primary healing items are potions and food. When you're eating food, when you're drinking a potion, you can run around while you're doing it. So if you're in a fight and you're getting chased around by a boss, you can sit there and heal and run around. You can hit tab to switch which item you want in your Q slot. So I wanted potions at the time, so now that I'm not in combat, I'm going to switch to my food. Because when you use food, your character sits and you cannot move. And if you do move, it will stop healing you. So you have to keep those in mind when using combat. Now every class will have two separate skills. If you press X, you can go into your skill screen. There are two different classes at the top. Every time you level up, you will be given 2 skill points. Now, it's automatically defaulted into Sniper for when you start out the game, but you can go into Scout. Now, if you look at them very quickly, every class has a passive. So for this one, my attack is increased for each hit I do. So the more that I attack, the faster I attack. Whereas Scout, your attacks have a chance to make your next special attack instant chargeable. So you guys saw that. You see how I'm attacking really slow right here. I'll just go ahead and show you the passives. Now, if I'm hitting the dummy, you'll start noticing I start attacking faster. You can hear the animation. Now, for the other class, when you first start off and you're level 1, you can switch between any of these by just clicking on here and clicking Learn. Once you start leveling up, you will need to go to a trainer, and you will need to pay some in-game currency, which is copper, silver, and gold, to switch them. But since when you're level 1, you can switch them automatically. So what this passive does is allows me to, when I'm attacking, you saw when I had to charge up. Now I've got my passive activated by that noise. Now when I hit my right click, I don't have to charge. It's instantly charged. So, that's what that does. So, I prefer, when I'm going Ranger, to go Scout, as opposed to Sniper, but it's all preference. Now, if you go down to the first line, you'll see, oh, well, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are all blanked out. Well, that's because that's what these skills are right here. Once you level up the skill to 5, you unlock the next one. So this one is a kick. It does a kick, that stuns all the nearby enemies within range. The cooldown is 7 seconds, and it kicks them backwards, so they get away from me. The next one is retreat. You basically do a back jump. You jump backwards. As you level it up, you can see the green numbers. For cooldowns, when you level up a skill, the cooldowns will get less and less, and the effects will get greater. So if I put points in this, my cooldown is going to go lower than 15.9, and the distance I'm going to jump is going to be higher than 9%. The last one is it puts you into a stealth, which makes you do higher damage, critical strike, and regenerate MP when you're attacking. Now below are adventure skills. There's pet mastery, which basically increases the amount of health your pet has. Now the game currently has 97 tameable pets. To tame these pets, you have to find food specific for these, and I'll go into that in later videos. To tame them, and you have to give them the food, and then they become your pet, which will be stored in your inventory. Now you're saying, oh well, this isn't a lot of inventory space. I should have mentioned this before, but every time you get to the end of your inventory space, it'll go down another line. So ultimately, you have infinite amount of inventory space. All your items can only stack to 50, but you've got an infinite amount of space. Unfortunately, you can't have, like, if you go into your crafting window here, I've got 2 cotton capsules, I can't have more than 50. It doesn't automatically go into another stack, you don't have more than 50. But it's really nice for your equipment for when you're adventuring. Most of the time you're like, oh, well, I've maxed up my inventory. Now I got to decide which item is worth keeping and which is not, and just toss out the bad ones, and have to deal with it. Unfortunately, That's not unfortunately. It's amazing that they did it in such a way that now you don't have to worry about, oh well, I'm gonna go adventure for like 5 to 10 hours, and you get all this gear and you don't have to throw any of it away. Any. Um, so we'll get back to the skills here. And once you put 5 points into Pet Mastery, you gain the ability to ride your pet. Um, Now, as you level up the riding, the amount of speed that you go on your pet is a lot higher. Um, Not all pets are rideable, but a very large majority of them are. And some of them are the weirdest riding pets you could imagine. Like Renzaru has a turtle named Steve, and he rides the turtle. Um, Next, we'll go into climbing. You can climb in the game by running up to an object and pressing control, and your character will climb it up it. It doesn't matter what it is, you can climb up it. But as you see, I have a stamina bar above my health now. Um, that goes down as you're climbing. What this skill does is it makes that your climbing stamina go down a lot less fast. I can't say that correctly, I guess. And there's also swimming in the game. The swimming will allow you to, skill will allow you to swim faster. When you're swimming, you're at 50% of your normal walking speed, so I walk this fast, and I will go, if you press shift, you'll be going this fast while you're swimming. So, if you put 5 points into either of these, you unlock the next thing, which is hang gliding and sailing. You can buy hang gliders, which allow you to fly. You can jump off of a tall mountain and then just fly, and you just go forever. And same with sailing. You can buy a boat, and when you get to a water source, you can put the boat down, and you can just sail down the river. And at first, like anything, it's a little slow. But as you continue to level points into it, it gets really fast. We had some fun putting a lot of points into it, and we flew. Like it was crazy fun. Anyway, in the game there's multiple biodomes. I can't really show you very well here. If you zoom out really far on your map, this is one biodome. This entire area right here. If I go to the boundaries, it'll generate a new biodome. A whole new biodome. So if I run all the way over here, I go into a new area, and it's going to be a completely different biodome. It could be swamp, it could be desert, it could be ocean. There's just, and the worlds are limitless. So if we wanted to run in this direction out this way, we could run for as long as we want. We're never going to get to the end of the game, because the game will always be generating new stuff as we go. And each new area will have new missions. Every area has a town. But yeah. So if we go to the potion shop here, I'm going to show you real quick, because a lot of you are eager about. I know a lot. I've been hearing a lot about pets. You can go to the innkeeper. Now this is one way to get a pet. Here at the innkeeper, they sell the flasks. They sell hand gliders. They have cotton candy. Now, depending on the seed that you make for your game, which generates your world, they will be different. What you can buy. Now, we can buy cotton candy here. I'm going to go ahead and buy one. I already know what cotton candy is for. So, when you go to your pet tab, it's now in your food. It's in your pet tab. It's a pet food. It says it right in there, pet food, cotton candy. You can also buy bombs and formulas, like I was telling you earlier. So another fun feature that I'll mention while we're here is that this little tab right here with the arrow, if you sell something and you didn't want to sell it, you sold it by accident, you can buy it right back. There we go, we bought our pineapple back. So if you accidentally sell something and you're like, oh no, like in normal games, you're like, oh well, it's gone now. You can just go right in that tab and buy it right back. It'll be the same exact amount as you sold it for. So no worries about having to pay an arm and a leg to get it back. So we got this pet food here. So I know what it's for. It's for cotton candy is for a cat, I believe, if I remember correctly. So now all we have to do is we have to wander around until we find a cat. So if you run up to something like, oh, here's something. It's a collie. It's a dog. For all of you who don't know what a collie is. So we run over here. Oh, that looks the same as that. It's probably a collie, which it is. Everything looks the same. So we're just gonna run around here in the hopes that we find a cat. That's what pretty much pet capturing is. Oh, we'll look up here. What's this? Something's up here. It's a sheep. I'm gonna watch. So if you right click on it, character will keep it. Oh look, I was wrong. It was for a sheep. Cotton candy is for a sheep. I was wrong. So now you'll stand here and it'll gain a little heart. And now look on my screen, I've now got a sheep. You'll get down here in your equipment. You'll get a pet box, and now I can take that off and equip it. I can right click and it'll automatically unequip and stuff. So now I've got my sheep. I don't know where he's going. He's on a mission, I guess. I'm not really sure what he's doing. But now if you type if you hit enter and type in chat /name pet and space, you can give it a name. Like I'm gonna name him Giggles. And now sorry. Yeah, that was supposed to be right. I guess it's pet. I thought it was named pet. That's odd. It's not working here. There. Alright, for some reason it's not working. It's one of those two. It might not be working because something might be going wrong in the browser. I'm not sure. But you can name your pets. And ironically, you can see those little bubbles underneath my pet. Those little blue bubbles. Those are actually water droplets. Those indicate whether you can or cannot ride a pet. Unfortunately, some of the pets that you cannot ride have the bubbles. So the easiest way is you come up to your pet and you press R. And if you've got the riding skill and you can ride it, it'll let you get on top of the sheep. Some pets look, like I said, some pets look more awkward than others, but what can I say? So I guess I don't want this video to drag out too long. I'm gonna be making more for you guys as time goes. So we covered a lot of the basics. We'll be covering more. I'll be making a lot of how-to videos for you guys. I wanted to give you guys a kind of like a look into the game. We'll be definitely getting more into detail. I'll make videos for everyone that will be like it'll go detailed into how to customize and what you can and cannot customize and all that good stuff. Just the videos will get more in depth. I just wanted to, like I said, give you guys a good look. Like and look at this. Geo went and got himself a sheep. How cute! Now we're sheep brothers. Oh, and look, he named his sheep Giggles. Now, okay, for some of you, I'll throw this out there because a lot of people are eager to know. You cannot put spaces in your name. So if you go name pet, Mr. and space it, Giggles, it's not going to work. However, there is a way around it, and I'm going to let you guys know how to do that. If you if you type in Mr., hit the space bar. If you hold Control and then on your keyboard and then press backspace, it'll pretend that it deletes it, so that the game will register it as not having a space, and then you can type in Giggles. And now I'll have see, and now like Geo did, and now it has the space. That is the only way to get a space in the name, otherwise they will not allow it. So that's all for now. I hope you guys had fun watching the video. There will be more to come. The videos will start to get more intricate. We will be going on, we will take you on raids. We will take you on adventures. I will explain, we'll give you how-to videos, and we will have fun. At first, I know this game can be frustrating. It is difficult at level 1, but I assure you, as you level up, it will get easier. I remember it took us, when we first started, a couple hours to originally get up a couple levels. Because the experience at first, you got to kill weaker things. So, you can see up there, I've got 1 out of 50 experience. It goes slow at first, but as you level up and as you do things, it becomes easier and easier. So we're going to say goodbye, Alex. Goodbye, Geo. And I'm going to be tuning out. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you